Hi Henry Court, Miss Hills here. I saw Miss Bayford's video the other day with her beautiful flapjacks, so I thought I'd give it a go myself. Instead of making flapjacks, I've decided to cheat just a little bit and make some no-bake Weetabix chocolate slices. They're very, very yummy. To make your Weetabix chocolate slices, you're going to need some Weetabix, some cocoa powder. Now, if you don't have any cocoa powder, you could also use some hot chocolate powder if you have any. You are also going to need some honey. Now, I'm using some local honey from my uncle's beehive, but if you don't have any honey, you could always use golden syrup instead. You're going to need some chocolate. This will be melted to go onto the top of our Weetabix slices. And you also might want to add some yummy Nutella. Before we get started, I am going to need to line my dish. I'm going to use kitchen foil. You might have some baking paper at home, that would also work. It just makes it easier for us to get out our delicious treats when it's ready. So I'm lining my tray, making sure my foil folds over the edges but digs right into the corners. To make these no-bake Weetabix slices, you are going to need 5 Weetabix. When you've got your 5 Weetabix in your bowl, you're going to want to crush these up. Use your hands, make sure they're nice and clean first. Crush them up so they're really, really small. As you can see, it's really, really fine now. Really broken it up. Next to go in is the cocoa powder. You're going to need 4 tablespoons. Next to go in is 2 tablespoons of honey. If you don't have any honey, you could use treacle or golden syrup. That would work absolutely fine. Now you want to bind all that. Next is my 2 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, and again, back to mixing. Now I really, really love Nutella, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of Nutella into my mix. So again, back to mixing. If you're finding that your mixture is a little bit too dry and isn't binding together, isn't sticking together like we want, you can add a dash of water. You may need to get your hands in there, give it a good, almost ready to go into the fridge. My mixture is nice and ready to go into the tray now. There we go. So I'm going to pick up my mixture and push it down, using my hand, flatten it down so it gets into all of the corners. We are going to put it in the fridge so it'll harden, and then I can add my melted chocolate a little bit later and cut it into slices. I'm popping that in the fridge while I melt my chocolate. Something that grown-ups are going to need to help you with is you're going to need to get some boiling water from the kettle and pour it very, very carefully into a saucepan. You're probably going to only want to fill it by about a quarter of the way. Going to place a heat-proof bowl. I've got my glass bowl here, and I'm going to put it inside of my saucepan. I'm now ready to put my chopped up chocolate into my glass dish. Remember, it's not going into the water. Again, this will be hot, so make sure you use your grown-up to help you do this. Put it all in, stir my chocolate and watch it melt. I've taken my chocolate off of the hob. As you can see, it's lovely and melted and nice and gooey, so it's ready to go onto the top of my Weetabix slices. I've removed my slice from the fridge, and now I'm going to carefully drizzle on all of that chocolate. I've covered my slice in all of my melted chocolate. It's now ready to go back into the fridge. It needs to be in the fridge for about, I'd say, 2 hours. So I've taken my Weetabix slices out of the fridge and cut them up, and as you can see, they look really, really yummy. It's now time for me to enjoy my chocolate Weetabix slices with a cup of tea in my favourite mug. Now, I do hope you all stay safe, and if you do any baking whilst you're at home, please post them to the Henry Court Facebook page because I'd love to see more of it. Bye!